When we begin talking about writing proofs in geometry, it's good for us to understand properties of equality. And there are quite a few, and a lot of them we learned in Algebra 1, addition property, subtraction property of equality, multiplication, division, distributive property, all of those things. But three important properties that we use pretty much all throughout geometry are these three properties of equality that we see right here: the reflexive property, the symmetric property, and the transitive property. So we're going to use this video to talk through what these three properties are. We'll look at some examples and how to apply these. So the reflexive property, will start there, probably the most simple of these three. We have three examples that we'll look at for each of these properties in terms of real numbers, segment lengths, and angle measures. So reflexive property is pretty simple. A is equal to A, or segment AB is equal to segment AB. The measure of angle A is equal to measure of angle A. So we'll use this a lot in geometry, especially when we work with triangles and we're proving that triangles are congruent. And we can say this side of the triangle is congruent to itself to help us prove that the triangles are congruent. So something is congruent to itself. That's the reflexive property. Symmetric says if A is equal to B, then B is equal to A. So it's kind of like almost a reflection of sorts of what you see. So in terms of segment lengths, we would say if AB is equal to segment CD, then segment CD is equal to segment AB. And an angle measure is if the measure of angle A is equal to the measure of angle B, then the measure of angle B is equal to the measure of angle A. And lastly, the transitive property. So the transitive property states that if A is equal to B and B is equal to C, then A is equal to C, okay? So kind of a three-step property here. So in terms of segment lengths, we see if AB is equal to CD and CD is equal to EF, then AB is equal to EF. And with angle measures, if the measure of angle A is equal to the measure of angle B and the measure of angle B is equal to the measure of angle C, then the measure of angle A is also equal to the measure of angle C, okay? So let's look at three examples and let's see if we can decide which property is being explained in each of these three, okay? So example number 1 says if the measure of angle 8 equals the measure of angle 9, then the measure of angle 9 is equal to the measure of angle 8. So you see how that one is kind of a reflection there. So this would be the symmetric property. All right. And number 2, 75 degrees equals 75 degrees. So something is equal to itself. That's our reflexive property. And number 3, if RS is equal to TU and TU equals 22, then RS is equal to 22. So you kind of see how we have three parts there, right? And so that will be our transitive property. And those are three properties of equality: symmetric, reflexive, and transitive.